Welcome back to Ignite Success. I'm your host, Suzie Becker, and I'm here with Bill Ratliff and Brian Neese of Lumen Repertory Theater and A Small Fire. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you. Suzie.
Thanks for coming. I want to talk about two things. One, the theater company, and second, the show that you have currently. So let's start with you, Brian. Tell me a little bit about Lumen.
Well, Lumen Rep was founded the very end of 2022, but we just completed our first full season in 2023, and this show, A Small Fire, is our first show of our second season. We began as a fully nonprofit professional Actors Equity affiliated theater company because Northeast Florida did not have one. When I moved here temporarily over a decade ago, it shocked me that a city this large and a metropolitan area this large did not have a fully professional repertory theater company. And so I guess we're trying to change that. We're trying to pay artists, actors, technicians, directors, designers, stagehands for the work that they do in making professional theater happen.
Now, that is a fantastic observation that I'm making in terms of the landscape of Jacksonville in general. A number of different artistic companies are working towards that same initiative. You're an actor here in Jacksonville, so tell me, Bill, can you share what your experience has been like working with Lumen?
Oh, it's been a terrific experience. It's a very compact experience compared to what is usually done in like the community theater experience. Is usually 6 to 8 weeks of rehearsal and preparation, and this was 3, if that. So it was really compact, and it was a lot of very concentrated work and hard work, but I think it's really paid off in a really wonderful product.
Well, based on your opening weekend, the feedback has been outstanding. So without giving away any secrets or too much of the story, would you share with us what is A Small Fire about? What can we expect to feel seeing this performance?
I'll chime in and then let Bill handle it since he's in the show. I think we want people to be moved, and we want people to recognize that there are significant relationships in our lives that take significant work and don't always turn out like we expect, but it's worth it. And if you can find a little bit of that fire in a relationship, it can go a long way.
Yeah. As far as the show itself, I play John Bridges, the husband of a woman who slowly begins to lose her senses. And the show deals with her reactions to losing these senses and how it affects the people around them. And it's very emotional, but I think we discovered this on opening weekend, that there's a lot of humor there that maybe we didn't even know was there at the beginning, because one audience was very into the emotional part, and then another audience was very into the humor of the show, and they really reacted to that. But it is a very emotional show.
Isn't that the fascinating part of live theater? It's the power of the collective, right? Because you feed off of not just the actors on stage or the artistic direction of the show, but it's visceral. It's that unspoken bond that the audience starts to form while holding their breath or gasping in unison. So having worked in the theater world here in Jacksonville, could you say that this is an uplifting experience, this live theater performance in a unique space?
Oh, I think so, yes. As directors, as actors, it's not our job to tell the audience what to feel. It's our job to portray a story and then let the audience make up that other 50% of the experience. And that itself is uplifting, the actual act of theater, regardless of the content of the story. The act of theater happening with performers and everyone behind the scenes and the audience itself making connections that maybe we did not intend is a beautiful thing itself. But I do think this particular content is uplifting because in the end it reminds us how precious and beautiful the human experiment is.
Compassion, engagement, empathy, these are all collective reactions that we can hold. And you're giving us an opportunity to feel it, even if it's not in our own personal lives, but through the storytelling of others' experiences. So I want to thank you for bringing live theater to Jacksonville. I myself just became a season ticket holder for the 25 season, 23, 24?
24 season. So we do it calendar year. So this is 24 season.
Thank you so much for what you've brought to Jacksonville and to the Northeast Florida artistic community. If you'd like to find out more about Lumen Repertory Theater or to find tickets for A Small Fire, you can visit us on dailynewsnetwork.com. I'm your host, Suzie Becker. Stay inspired and inspiring.